Dark Unicorns against TrainStation Gaming in the NACC. Again, here are the lineups. We have Jethro, Tupac, Can, Zench, and Huck for TrainStation. We have Dave, we have Timo, Gabriel, Scorpion, and Xillis for Dark Unicorns. Those are the teams that we are going to be seeing in action today. Alright, here we go. First hit is going to be coming in. It comes in from Scorpion, coming in against Huck, who, can I say, has some godly walls right there. Absolutely sensational wall pieces right there. So it looks like we're going to be coming in here with a Blizzard LaLo. So we're going to kick off proceedings here. We bring in a Lava Hound there to tank a little bit. In goes that Blimp. We're going to be invising it up right there. We're going to be dropping down that Rage Spell, remembering to continue dropping down those invisibility spells. Want to make sure that these Super Wizards get as much value as they possibly can, and they most certainly are. They completely wipe out this entire top section. They nearly get that single target Inferno as well. That is a really nice start coming in here from Scorpion. So we're now going to drop in a couple of balloons. That is going to be able to grab the Archer Tower at that top section. We then have our King and a Wizard doing a little bit of funneling up there as well. I would then assume we're going to be bringing in, yep, the Ice Golem and then the Queen. Now that is a godly mortar right there. That's like a level 9 mortar or something. Oh, top quality stuff coming up on defense here for Huck. Who cares about mortars anyway, I suppose. Alright, next wall break going to be coming in right there. That is going to give the Queen and the King hopefully a path onto the interior of the base. You can see we've got the multi-target, we have the single target, and we have a scatter shot lurking over here at that bottom right hand side of the base. That's what we're going to be looking to try and get with our Suis. We drop that King ability nice and early. That means we can tank for him so he can jump in there and grab that single target. Inferno Rule Champion doing just a sensational amount of work at this bottom section of the base, and good lord, this is crushed. Surely this is crushed. There's about a handful of defenses left. Our Queen's gonna get the Town Hall. This Sui is absolutely cracked from Scorpion. I don't even know if he needed the LaLo. This base is almost crushed without the LaLo portion here. This is insane. This is insane. What a way to kick off this war. Scorpion comes in and decimates this base pretty much with a Blizzard and then a Sui. I mean, who cares about the LaLo? Who even needs it? Scorpion absolutely cracked. Coming in here. Look at the swag spells. Good God. We got the double freeze. We got the poison. We got the haste. Just sprinkling them around. Oh, man. We swagged the Grand Warden a bit of this. Oh, Jesus. Holy. I don't even know how to put into words how absolutely insane that attack was. I mean, I'm not saying it was the most upgraded base or anything, but whew, that is one way to kick off a war, and Dark Unicorns are certainly going to be feeling pretty good right now. That is, yeah, a nice way to kick off proceedings there. Next hit going to be coming in here. We have Huck swinging on through against Eve Timo. Huck going to be coming in with a P.E.K.K.A. Super Wizard Smash, or Chinese Smash, whatever it's called. Looks like we're going to be kicking off proceedings. We're going to drop in a couple of those Cocoloons, which are going to be able to pick up some Sams. We then drop down that Yeti Blimp, of course, making sure we get that Rage Spell down. You'll notice, though, the Poison Spell, oh, it decimates those Yeti Mites. The Raged Yetis used to get so much value, used to be able to get loads of defenses, especially with the Yeti Mites, but nowadays that insane new poison, after the recent balancing changes, that poison from the Town Hall, it just stops those Yeti Mites in their tracks. We're now going to be coming in, we've got our King and our Yak doing a little bit of work over there at the 9 o'clock section. They're just going to slowly but surely work their way up. Their really one job is just to create the funnel, which I have to say they're doing a pretty good job of. We're going to rage and then rage again through the core of the base. The Eternal Tome ability was used nice and early on, which means we should be able to get a good chunk of value. We're going to be coming into a triple ground expo here on the back end. So Timo obviously predicting that we're going to see a lot of ground based attacks coming in against the base, and he wouldn't be far off here. We do still have that single target Inferno down here at the 6 o'clock section, which I'm sure Huck will have in the back of his mind. We still have 3 of our hero abilities, the King, the Queen, and the RC. The RC now going to be coming through at that 12 o'clock section of the base. We still have the King's ability to drop. He really hasn't taken much damage at all. Down goes the final scatter shot over here at 3 o'clock. We're about to see this Eagle Artillery go down, though that builder is doing his utmost to bring it back up to full HP. But this RC with her ability, the Queen with her ability, we still have a double freeze spell. I have to say this is looking pretty good here from Huck, and once again we're seeing a lot of attacks like this. You'll see it on loads of YouTubers' channels. It's the heroes that are going to tidy up this base. It's going to be all 4 of the heroes pretty much by themselves that should be able to push through the back end of this base. Time really I don't think is going to be too much of an issue. The single target Inferno might cause a little bit of trouble, but we do have the double freeze spell which we can drop down to protect our RC. Down it goes right there. We throw in that RC ability, and that is going to be a beautiful triple coming in there to answer Dark Unicorns with their first triple. Huck getting the job done for TrainStation Gaming. Alright, here we go. Next hit going to be coming in. We have Timo coming in against Zinch. Again, we're seeing a blimp, and it looks like this one is actually going to be a queen charge LaLo. So we're going to kick off proceedings with a blimp over here at that 2 o'clock section. The blimp does catch a Seeking Airmine pretty early on. We are going to see it going down in that Eagle Artillery compartment. We're going to rage up. We have a couple of Yetis coming out of there. They do pull the CC, but of course we're not going to have the Giga Bomb and the poison from the Town Hall this time to deal with for our Yetis. So they should be able to get, and they do get, a little bit more value in that right hand side compartment. We're now going to queen charge in from this right hand side of the base. Notice we do have that level 5 unicorn coming in with our queen charge. It just adds that little bit more healing power to the Queen, but she is taking a little bit of damage here, and Timo does need to be careful. I'm sure his finger will be on that rage spell because he will need to drop it relatively soon. We are going to freeze up right there. We rage up, but we do have the King on the Queen. Is that going to be enough? The rage spell is just enough there. I think the Queen is just going to win that battle with the help of the rage spell against the enemy King. We did have to commit down a rage and double freeze just to make sure we kept our Queen alive, but she is still alive, and she is still going to be able to get some nice work through this right hand side of the base. Going to continue pushing on through. We're now going to bring in our super wall breaker from this 6 o'clock section of the base. We had a couple of sneakies going in there as well. Unfortunately, they're not quite able to get through those storages. We do see a couple of Seeking Air Mines catching our healers. We were able to successfully super wall breaker our Queen over to the scattershot compartment on the right. So far so good here for Timo. But I'm sure he is going to be very, very cautious of this Town Hall down at 6 o'clock. He's going to want to make sure he gets that down with his King. If not, his Queen is slowly but surely walking her way over there. But we do have this King ability. We've got the Yak to help. Watch this Yak one-shot the skeletons. You love to see it. Those skeletons used to be pretty troublesome for any of the heroes, but now the Yak comes in there. He's like, bam, one shot, job done. The King and the Yak in combination taking care of the Town Hall, which is lovely here for Timo. He can now just let his Queen do her thing. We do have another rage spell. We don't have another rage spell. I'm talking absolute rubbish. That is maybe not the strongest Grand Warden ability I've ever seen. I'm not sure if that was a misclick because, to be honest, I think we really could have done with that Grand Warden ability here on the back end. We are going to go to Queen ability over here on the right hand side of the base. We have a couple of Headhunters coming in. They are going to help us get through the enemy Queen. Our balloons are starting to break up a little bit. The RC doing some very nice work in the center of the base here for Timo. These balloons are getting melted though by this maxed out multi-target Inferno. So we're going to go ahead there, drop down the RC ability. That's going to allow us to get through the multi-target Inferno. To be honest, the balloons pathing onto the outside really benefited us there because it meant that the balloons were on the outside, not getting targeted by that multi-target Inferno. This one is going to be insanely close on time though. Does Timo have enough here? The clock is ticking. 3, 2... He gets it on the very last second. Timo coming in with pretty much a perfect 3-minute hit there against Zinch, but he does just clutch up and gets the job done with that triple on the board. That was as close as they come, but Timo does manage to do it. Now, I'm interested to know if that Grand Warden ability was meant or not, because I think that Warden ability slightly further on would have definitely benefited Timo, so I'm not sure if it was a misclick. Maybe it was planned. I'm no expert. You can clearly see these guys are the experts. Next hit going to be coming in. We have Jethro coming in here against Zealous with some godly spam. We have those super Inferno Dragons or just Inferno Dragons. Inferno Dragon is going to be coming in here, kicking off proceedings. We're going to be bringing in that blimp. We do see the single target Inferno lock onto the blimp, but it still manages to sneak its way into the Town Hall compartment. Is it going to be able to grab this Town Hall though? Yes! Whew, the last Yeti Mite there was able to secure that Town Hall. Jethro's certainly playing with fire a little bit, but he does snag that Town Hall, which is perfect for him. He's going to go ahead, drop in a Cocoloon right there, just testing the water. We then bring in our baby dragon from the left-hand side. It's going to be able to get through all of these troops with no real issues. But the issue here is Jethro's just letting that clock tick. We're 1 minute in. Let's just all sit back, have a little cup of tea, have a nice relax. Jethro seems to have infinite time here. Oh, just get a wee bit of water here, I suppose. Nope, still just waiting. And here we go, we're finally into the attack. So we're going to be bringing in a couple of those Inferno Dragons from the right hand side. When I say a couple, I mean we're going to spam them all in a big nice line from this right hand side of the base. We can see a nice early Grand Warden ability going to be coming in right there. We do have this sweeper, but it's only going to be capturing a couple of our Inferno Dragons that are down here at 6 o'clock. Of course, we're going to sprinkle in ever so gently those skeleton traps in the center of the base. We do see this builder bringing this scattershot slowly but surely back up, maybe just slowing down these Inferno Dragons ever so slightly. We know how quick they can be though, so I suppose Jethro's got no real issue taking about 20 years just to take down the CC troops. We are going to continue pushing on through. We have a boatload of these Inferno Dragons left up for the back, and we still have our RC wherever she is. Is she even in with her ability? No, she's now going to come in from that 12 o'clock section. Should be able to get some really nice value from her with her ability. One freeze goes down on the left hand side. We still have a skeleton spell to go in as well. Should be able to use that to help us tank through the back end of this one. But the big issue now is, surprise, surprise, it's going to be time. Our Inferno Dragons die out, and we're really going to struggle for time here on the back end. Only 30 seconds left up. We still have 20% of the base to try and grab. We are going to go ahead there, drop down our RC ability. We do bring in one archer. That's all the cleanup we have coming in from this left-hand side of the base. Jethro knows he is going to be very, very pushed for time here, so he goes ahead, drops down the queen ability here, but I think this one is going to be slightly too much for this queen on her own to try and tidy up. So this is going to be the first 2-star of the war, and it's going to be coming in from Jethro with a cheeky little 95% time fail on the board for TrainStation Gaming. And if he just hadn't taken all that time to take out the CC at the start, we would have been looking at a triple on the board for Jethro, and that means that Dark Unicorn, for the first time in this match, do take a 1-star lead. 6 stars on the board for them, 5 stars on the board for TrainStation Gaming. Here we go. Next hit going to be coming in. We have Gabriel going to be coming in against Jethro. Jethro came in with those Inferno Dragons, and Gabriel says, hold on a minute, I'm going to show you how it's done. He is going to be coming in here with a cheeky little spam Inferno Dragon hit of his own. Notice we do have an E-Drag in here. More than likely that is going to be used to create the funnel. But the big issue in all of these attacks now is, how are we going to take down the Town Hall? And I'm sure Gabriel will have a plan. So let's see what he is going to be doing. We're going to start with the baby dragon over here from the 12 o'clock section. We're going to be dropping down a Cocoloon and our E-Drag up there from 12. We're then going to be bringing in our king from this left hand side of the base. The queen going to be swinging in as well. And here comes the spam. We drop down those balloons. We drop down those Inferno Dragons, bringing everything in from this left-hand side of the base. We drop, of course, a very, very early Eternal Tome ability. And it looks like Gabriel is going to be going ahead here and using that blimp on the back end to take care of the Town Hall. But it's always very, very ballsy to go an opposite side blimp. So let's see where he's going to be bringing that blimp in from. Oh, it is going to be coming all the way from the opposite side of the map. We are yet to catch the tornado trap, so it could potentially cause some issues here for Gabriel. We are going to see potentially a couple of Seeking Air Mines. There's one, there's two, and the blimp goes down early, and that is disaster here for Gabriel, because that Town Hall is not going to go down to the blimp. We are going to bring in our RC from the bottom section. We have 3 free spells to try and get her through, so we're going to freeze and rage her up. The freeze spell slightly off right there, but we are going to continue to freeze up the Town Hall. The RC with the rage is going to be able to secure it right there, but if you cast your eyes to the opposite side of the base, the Inferno Dragons have gone. We had to commit down the rage, we had to commit down the freezes, which meant the Inferno Dragons had no protection over on this right hand side of the base. We freeze up the Eagle Artillery. We're just trying to save a couple of our troops for cleanup. You can see this Unicorn healing up a couple of those archers as best it can, but the Lava Hound actually one-shots these little baby archers there. And this is going to be the first fail on the board for Dark Unicorns. Now, we've seen 2 Inferno Dragon hits, and we've seen 2 2-stars from them. Have Inferno Dragons... has it died a death? I don't know. People are still trying to make it work, but it's certainly not as strong as it used to be. Gabriel, unfortunately, just going to be falling short. That blimp going down in the core of the base rather than on the Town Hall was a big old rip for him for sure. Would have been great to have the RC on the back end, have those free spells to use on the Tesla farm, on the Eagle Artillery, and that's going to be a 78% 2-star on the board for Dark Unicorns, which means now TrainStation Gaming, if they triple, will have a great opportunity here to take the lead in this NACC war. Zinch swinging on through against Dave, or Div as I seem to call him. Coming in, it's going to be back to some LaLos, and it's going to be a Zap LaLo swinging on through here. Not taking any gambles is Zinch. We know those builders will heal everything back up, so we're straight away dropping down the Earthquake and then spamming in those zaps straight after to make sure nothing gets healed back up, so the zaps and the Earthquake will get the value we need from them. Going to be suing in our King from the south of the base. He's going to be coming in through it from 6 o'clock. We also have a log launcher. I love the log launcher with a LaLo Sui. It's lovely to see. So let's see what Zinch is going to be able to do with it. We know how good he is. We've seen him previously competing in Alpha League. Alright, so we have that Ice Golem going to be making its way out in front, just doing a little touch of tanking there. We're then going to have the King, we're going to have the Queen, of course, we have the Yak with the King, we have the Unicorn with the Queen. She is going to get held up for a second here on the Lava Hound. We use our final zap there on the headhunters that came out of that clan castle, which was a nice little touch there from Zinch. Meant that King didn't have any trouble getting through it. He could then push on through, took down the enemy Queen nice and quickly, also took care of the first scatter shot on the left hand side. We're now going to be going ahead, dropping down our Royal Champion in from the left section of the base. We're finally going to see that Ice Hound, or Ice Golem, sorry, popping on the left. Our RC going to go ahead, throw her ability. We do catch the Tornado Trap. Is that going to pull our Royal Champion out of the invisibility spell? Nearly does. Is there enough here to bring home the Town Hall in the 2nd star? Yes, there is. The King comes around, and he does just lend a little helping hand to the Royal Champion. Queen's going to go to ability down here at the 6 o'clock section. We do still have that Unicorn in there, which has certainly helped this Queen ever so slightly as she's made her way in from the south section of the base. Now bringing in this LaLo, we have a couple of balloons swinging in from the 3 o'clock section. They are going to be coming alongside the Warden, which means the majority of our balloons coming in from 12 are not really going to have too much protection. The multi-target Inferno in the middle is going to go ahead there and get frozen up. We do have our Eternal Tome ability on a couple of balloons swinging on through from the right hand side. That is going to allow them to tank and get through the scatter shot there pretty nicely, but we're going to encounter a multitude of red bombs in the center of the base. We are going to allow those haste spells to drop. One on the left, we still have one active at 12, but that is going to be a very nice hit coming in there from Zinch. Interesting deployment of that Warden, but even that Warden only protecting 2-3 balloons through the scatter shot meant it was enough to tank the scatter shot and get through it. The rest of them, we had a couple of freezes, couple of haste spells, very nice placement on the spells, and Zinch brings in that triple there for TrainStation Gaming, meaning they now take the lead for the first time in this match on percent, 59 to 55.6. Dave coming in against 2-Pack Lives Forever, the Season 3 Alpha. And it's the third Inferno Dragon hit we are seeing. Is this finally going to be the first triple using those Inferno Dragons? We will just need to wait and see. Down goes the Rage for the Blimp. It successfully grabs that Town Hall very, very quickly. Indeed, we are also... Maybe? Wow, that Dragon didn't even get one shot off. So we do still have the double Headhunter up. And they are going to slowly but surely make their way over to our Sui coming in from this right hand side of the base. We're going to be tanking that single target Inferno with a nice early skeleton spell that's hopefully going to allow our heroes to get in there nice and quickly. There's the King ability, but notice just how much those Headhunters affected the King. He really doesn't get too much work done at the 3 o'clock section, but we're now going to be coming in, dropping down the Inferno Dragons from this 12 o'clock section, freezing up quite a lot of defenses there. We've got the air defense, the multi, and the sweeper all frozen up. Some very nice value indeed. The Town Hall, of course, has already been dealt with, so that's not going to cause us too many issues. What is going to cause us some issues here is the fact we only have a couple of those Inferno Dragons on those defenses in the center. So Dave very smartly there does go ahead and freeze it up, but we have the sweeper pushing these Inferno Dragons back, and they are not going to be able to take down the scatter shot in the center of the base. And I think this is going to be the third fail using Inferno Dragons. They are just not as good as they used to be. And they're struggling to get through this core scatter shot. 8 those troops alive. Very nice deployment placement of that sweeper, completely stalling up those Inferno Dragons from heating up. And this one, unfortunately, here for Dave, I think is going to fall short. Let's not say it's over till it's over. We do still have our Royal Champion and her ability to be brought in. We're going to freeze up the scatter shot in the middle, trying to protect our Grand Warden, the Owl, and a double Inferno Dragon. We're going to finally bring in our RC from the bottom right-hand side of the base. We have a poison to swag, but the scatter shot is going to be the final defense. It's going to stay up in the center of the base, and this is going to fall short here, unfortunately, for Dave. The Inferno Dragon's just not what they used to be, and this one finishes up an 87. Wait, what do we still have alive? What's the best? We have like one skeleton somewhere. I have no idea what Dave still had up there. I think the poison keeps the attack going, but that's an 87% 2-star coming on through for Dave of Dark Unicorns, just falling a little bit short there with the Inferno Dragons. 2-pack lives forever. Going to be coming on through with this next attack, and talk about dirty gemmers. Whoo, 2-pack's certainly not been afraid to open up his wallet and just splash out the cash a little bit here. We're going to be seeing those zap spells coming down in the center of the base. We do go ahead there, drop down the earthquake straight after as well, getting a decent chunk of value there from those zap spells. Of course, can't take out the clan castle anymore with those zap spells. You know, Supercell like, nah fam, you ain't getting the CC no more. So let's see what 2-pack's going to have to do to deal with those CC troops. We do have a poison which is going to be coming in at some point, I can only assume, for the clan castle. We have our king and our queen going to be suing in from this top section of the base. I would assume 2-pack is looking for this yak to open up the wall section. Certainly relying on the yak quite a bit here. We did have a super wall breaker, but the yak's going to do the job we needed the super wall breaker to do anyway. Do the heroes go through that section? Absolutely not. We know what the heroes are like. They don't go where we want them to. They just go away on their holidays and don't bother their backsides. But 2-pack finally has one of his heroes doing what he wants it to do. The queen's going to jump in there, take care of the town hall. His RC, who I think was meant to get some value on the left-hand side of the base, unfortunately, well, she's dead. She's dead, and she didn't take down the Inferno Tower. So we're going to now have the Stone Slammer swinging on through from this left-hand side of the base. It's going to act as a little bit of a tank, and is going to take care of some of these defenses at the top section of the base. The big issue here is we are going to have a couple of those headhunters locking on to our Grand Warden. So the ability gets popped. We only catch 2 or 3 balloons with that ability. Luckily, we were able smartly from 2-pack to drop in a couple of those headhunters. It helps us at least to get through the enemy RC. But we're now going to have to deal with the enemy queen here on the back end of the attack. The Stone Slammer ended up getting quite a good chunk of value at the top section of the base, but I think there's just going to be a little too much here for 2-pack to push through the back end of this one. The multi-target Inferno and the enemy queen staying up. There's also an Inferno Tower. There's also an air defense here on the back end. And those balloons just got eaten alive by this queen. The enemy lava hounds just like, don't mind me, just chilling, you know. 2-pack just going to stall up your attack there. Unfortunately for 2-pack, this one is going to fall short. I think this is actually our first LaLo attack that hasn't tripled, which is pretty interesting indeed. We started off this war so strongly. We had 3 back-to-back triples, but since then we've had those Inferno Dragon hits coming in, 3 of which have failed. And this is going to be the first LaLo hit, I believe, failing. And it's going to be a fail for 2-pack lives forever of TrainStation Gaming. Again, just leaving that door slightly open for Dark Unicorns to maybe get a foothold back in this match. 88% 2-star is going to be the final outcome of this one. Gabriel taking a nice defense. Alright, we have the 5th and final attack coming in here for Dark Unicorns. We're going to have Agent Can of TrainStation coming up on defense. Hey yo, we're seeing some E-Drags. Let's go. Just showing a little bit of E-Drag love. You love to see it. I love it when E-Drags triple. Just reminiscent of the old days when you could spam in a boatload of E-Drags and they would triple every single time. Very skillful, very, very skillful attack. Much like the Inferno Dragons. 200 IQ plays you have to bring when you're bringing in E-Drags, and Zilla is going to be going ahead, dropping down that blimp. It should be able to sneak its way in. Should be able to secure... Oh... Ooh, I thought for a second that blimp had just popped on the outside of that town hall compartment, but it does successfully, oh boy, take down the town hall. E-Drag's going to continue sweeping on through the base. We have our Royal Champion going to be coming in from somewhere, the south, down here from 6 o'clock. Can we get this E-Drag? Ayo, E-Drag chain lightning. There we go. Lovely stuff. The lightning from the E-Drag death damage takes down the scatter shot. We have a couple of builders just building those defenses back up. But the RC still doing a little trickle of damage from this bottom section of the base. We have a free spell to try and help us get through the air defense Tesla farm on the back end of this one. Is there enough here for Xillis to bring this one home? We still have 4 or 5 E-Drags. We still have the Electro Owl. And we have a free spell here on the back end. If they can get some good chain value, I certainly think this one's going to have a great chance of tripling. We freeze everything up right there, trying to protect our Electro Dragons. We have, of course, that Owl. The air defense does go down, but the multi-target Inferno doing a little bit of damage. We see a Seeking Air Mine right there. Everything dying off now in the center of the base. Our final E-Drag does stay up. There's only 1 Tesla that can stop this attack. 2 Seeking Air Mines. Ayo, can. Oh, it's only a red bomb. There's a Seeking Air Mine. We see the Owl going down there. Oh, I've just thrown this attack for Zillas. I'm so sorry. Oh, Hey, yo, Xillis, that's on me, man. I'm like, double Seeking Air Mine. Oh, yo, double Seeking Air Mine. Bam, bam. Dead. Jeez, 93% 2-star coming in for Xillis right there. That was a great effort coming in. But it means... That door, it's swinging on the hinge. It doesn't know where it's going. TrainStation Gaming. A triple would secure it. Triple would secure it. Who is going to be the final attacker? It's going to be Agent Can, who just came in with that 93% 2-star defense. Hey, yo, don't tell Was. Please, Pfizer, don't tell Was. Don't tell him. Alright, so there are the percentages. You guys can do the maths because I can't. You know what I'm like when it comes... Don't... Hey, yo, Was in the chat? Oh, Jesus. Alright, Scorpion's going to be coming up. The final defense for Dark Unicorns. Yikes. Alrighty. TrainStation Gaming with Agent Can. Going to be the 5th and final attack. A triple would definitely secure the war. Something percent 2-star. I don't know. Someone in the chat can probably tell me. 60%? Nah. Surely not 60%. It's got to be like... I don't know. 76. There we go. Alright, Finn. I'll take your word for it. Agent Can coming in against Scorpion. Scorpion, of course, kicked this war off with one of the most beautiful attacks I've seen. It was that Blizzard Sui. It was pretty much just a Blizzard Sui with a couple of sprinkled balloons on the back end, but hey, I guess it is what it is. Alright, so we have Agent Can sacrificing that Owl, rest in peace Owl, over at this 3 o'clock section of the base. You know, the Owl in combination with a Grand Warden walk doesn't tend to work that well, but we're going to be bringing in this Grand Warden from the 3 o'clock section of the base. We of course sprinkling in those healers one after the other. Not too sure why Can didn't just drop the healers like bam 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 bam, why he's like doop, doop, doop. But hey, it is what it is. Please ignore my sound effects. Not too sure what's happening with this stream, but hey, let's go with the flow. So we're going to have this Grand Warden doing a little bit of work over here at the 3 o'clock section. Is going to be able to grab that scatter shot nice and early, which is beautiful there for Agent Can. We're now going to be bringing in a P.E.K.K.A, a Balloon, a couple more troops coming in from this right hand side of the base. We've got the King and the Yak in combination going to be coming on through from 12 o'clock. Their only job in most attacks, as with this one, is just to take a hike around the outside of the base, which is exactly what they're going to be doing. We're going to be blimping up. That is going to be in order to grab the Town Hall. We do go ahead and we drop. I was like, yo, everything's just frozen. But it's because we've got those Ice Golems on defense, which for a second nearly caused Can some issues. But the Ice Golems are able to freeze everything up in place. But then they just kept on rolling. So the King going to go ahead, drop down his ability on this left-hand side. I think that single target Inferno is locked onto him. The Blimp was able to successfully take down the Town Hall. We do still have a couple of Super Wizards in the center of the base, but the P.E.K.K.A's now starting to really get taken down. That Queen in the center of the base certainly did some damage. We're going to freeze up the single target Inferno over here on the left-hand side. We do have the Unicorn coming in with our Royal Champion. We still have the RC ability to pop off as well. We have an invisibility spell in the back end. Our Queen ability will need to be dropped. There is the Queen ability. Is the Eagle going to take her down? Not quite. Good spotter call. I can only assume that was a spotter call. The Queen ability goes early, making sure that Queen doesn't go down. That percentage still ticking over. And this is looking relatively good here for Agent Can. I don't think it's got the legs to pull in the triple, but I do think it has the legs to bring home enough percent to give TrainStation Gaming the win. Or have I just jinxed him and he's not going to be able to pull in the percent? We still do have a couple of cleanup troops, but we don't really have anywhere to put them. 80% 2-star on the board here. We're just going to sprinkle in those cleanup troops. Look at the deployment on those archers. The archer tower's like, can't quite see you, fam. Ayo, there's someone on our borders. Can't he get you, mate? This archer's like, psych, got him. But that is going to be, I think that's going to be enough. 83% 2-star on the board for Agent Can. Let's have a look at the war results, and TrainStation Gaming do take the win, 93.2 to 91.6. Ayo, and I'm just going to go out and say if Last Man was playing, they would have won.